You're going racing out of 4 next time by. Off and rolling here. Bob Mellon going to lead us out. Chris in the 2 spot, Brian in the 3. So Chris getting around Brian early on. That battle not over yet. Brian looking for the way around Chris. Into 1 and 2 they go. Bob trying to stretch his legs away from Chris here early on. So it is Bob Mellon out front in that blue, number 73. Chris in the 1561 gold and blue. Brian in the 3 spot in the orange and yellow, number 97. Now the leaders, top 2, separating themselves from Brian here. Bob Mellon out front, 3/10 over Chris with 5/10 over Brian. They're working their way through some traffic. Nice, little spin from Bob there. Gonna put Chris out front. Pull it off. Just set it down. Just set it down. So now Chris out front. Brian in the 2 spot. Jake up to the 3. Dan in the 4. Bob Dingley in the 5. So it is Chris in that gold and blue, number 1561. Brian just half a second behind him in that yellow and orange, number 97. Jake in the 3 spot. He's driving the green and pink, number 17. The top 2 coming across the line. 3/10 the gap between those 2 drivers. They're working their way through some traffic. We are coming up on the halfway mark, drivers. It is 2 minutes down, 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes left.
And our leader still battling it. Half a second gap between those 2 drivers. Coming across the line here, matching lap time, 6 flat. Now we got a 5.9 from Chris. Brian Beeman answers back with his own 5.9. They got a little bit of clear track in front of them now. 1:20 remaining on the master clock. It is Chris out front in that 1561. Brian in that number 97. Half a second gap between those 2 drivers. 6 flat to a 5.9. Brian pulling in a little bit here.
1 minute left.
You heard it, drivers. 1 minute remaining. Brian trying to put all the pressure on Chris here. Gap looks to be a little bit closer this time around. It is Chris leading Brian. 1/10 the gap between those 2 drivers. Brian looking up the inside down the front straight, making the pass stick. Can he hold it through 1 and 2? He can. So Brian now up to the top spot over Chris in the 2. Chris not letting go. Gap still 0.2 of a second last time by. Now 0.3. We have 15 seconds remaining. That is time. Race him to the line. You'll be done as you cross the line. Bob and Brian, we caught you at the line. Everybody else, you'll be done as you cross the line.
All drivers are finished.
That is a race. All drivers are done. Brian Beeman going to take the win.